Hello student, so class 12 chemistry, my chapter is chapter 3 electrochemistry and topic is Faraday's law of electrolysis. This is today's topic for class 12. Now what is electrolysis? You know, electrolysis is the process of decomposition of electrolyte by passage of electricity. Electrolyte is taken in a container, two electrodes are there, those electrodes are joined by electric circuit. So decomposition of electrolyte into the corresponding ions by the passage of electricity, it is called electrolysis. Generally electrolysis we have seen that either deposition or release of some ions occur at different electrode. So Faraday has given two laws regarding electrolysis. First law I am saying, first law, that is Faraday's first law, it states that the amount of any substance deposited or liberated, amount of any substance deposited or liberated at any electrode is directly proportional to the quantity of electricity passed through the electrolyte. Once again I am reading, the amount of any substance deposited or liberated at any electrode is directly proportional to the quantity of electricity passed through the electrolyte. What is the meaning of this? The meaning is how much amount of electricity you will pass through the electrolysis, proportional to that amount of electricity, weight of substance will be deposited or liberated at the cathode or anode. Suppose W is the amount of substance, W is the weight of the substance deposited or liberated. It is directly proportional to Q. Q means charge. Electricity is measured in terms of charge. So according to Faraday's law, W is directly proportional to the charge. That is how much charge is passed through the electrode. Now to remove the proportional sign, I have to multiply with a constant term, that is Z. So the equation is W equal to ZQ. Now what is this Z? Z is having a special name, that is called Z is electrochemical equivalent. Z is known as electrochemical equivalent. Now mathematically, how to calculate Z? We know that charge can be written as electricity passed for how much time? That is Q equal to I into T. You have learned it in physics in class 10 only. So I can change the equation. Instead of Q, I can write W equal to ZIT, where I is the amount of current, T is the time for which it is passed. Suppose Q equal to 1 coulomb, that is 1 coulomb charge is passed through the electrode. Q equal to 1 coulomb means the amount of current is 1 ampere and it is passed through 1 second. If I am passing 1 ampere electricity through 1 second, so what will be my equation? My equation will be W equal to Z into 1 into 1. That means W equal to Z. So I can define it again, that is the amount of substance deposited or liberated at the electrode is equal to electrochemical equivalent when 1 coulomb charge is passed through it. So in other words, we can say that when 1 coulomb charge is passed through the electrode, then amount of substance deposited or liberated, that is only equal to electrochemical equivalent. So if I calculate, I can get the value of Z. This is all about first law of Faraday's electrolysis law. Okay student, now second law, that is Faraday's second law. What it is stating? Faraday's second law states that when same amount of electricity is passed through different electrolytic solutions connected in series, the weights of the substances produced at the electrodes are directly proportional to their chemical equivalent weights. I am saying it again, when same amount of electricity is passed through different electrolytic solutions connected in series, the weights of the substances produced at the electrodes are directly proportional to their chemical equivalent weights. What is the meaning of this? The meaning is, I have taken two different electrolytes, but they are connected in series connection by the battery or by any other devices. Now, if same amount of electricity is passing through two different electrolyte or more than two different electrolyte, the amount of substance deposited in each electrode of the electrolyte, that will be proportional to the chemical equivalent weight. That will be proportional to the chemical equivalent weight of each of the ion what is depositing. So suppose I am taking two electrolytic solution, one is copper sulfate, another one is silver nitrate, AgNO3, copper sulfate and silver nitrate. Same amount of electric current is passing through it. They are connected in series. So weight of copper deposited divided by weight of silver deposited, it will be equal to equivalent weight of copper by equivalent weight of Ag, that is silver. This conclusion I am getting from the Faraday's second law. But nowadays in modern chemistry we don't use the term equivalent weight. Instead of equivalent weight, we use the term that is called mole. Instead of equivalent weight, we are going to use the term mole. So, I can change the Faraday's law in terms of mole. In terms of mole, if I change the second law, I can write moles of substances deposited or liberated is proportional to the number of moles of electrons exchanged during the oxidation reduction reaction. Again I am saying it in terms of moles. Moles of substance deposited, moles of substances, it will be mole of substances deposited or liberated is proportional to the number of moles of electrons exchanged during the oxidation reduction reaction. For example, if I take the example of copper sulfate, in case of copper sulfate, number of electrons Cu2 positive, that means it is liberating 2 electron. So, in terms of mole, I can say 2 moles of electrons are exchanged during the oxidation reduction reaction. Similarly, I am coming to other example. Okay, next I am taking this example. Suppose NaCl is the electrolyte, sodium chloride. This example I am taking. It is going to be deposited like this, that is Na positive and half Cl2. That means decomposition of NaCl will be as sodium and chlorine. Sodium Na positive, it will be at cathode and half Cl2 at anode. This all of you know. What is actually the equation occurring? From the electrolyte, sodium positive ion will take electron and it will become Na in the cathode. That means it is taking electron and becoming sodium. So from here I can say that 1 mole of electrons produces 1 mole of sodium. This is 1 electron, so 1 mole of electron. This is 1 sodium atom, so 1 mole of electron produces 1 mole of sodium atom. Now we know that the molar mass of sodium atom is 23 gram. So I can say that 1 mole of electron produces 23 gram of sodium. Similarly, at anode what is happening? Cl negative ion, it is releasing the electron and changing into chlorine gas, that is half Cl2. To balance it, I can write like this, that is 2 chlorine ion. When it is releasing 2 electron, it is becoming 1 molecule of chlorine gas. So in terms of mole, I can say 2 moles of electrons. 2 electrons are here, so instead of 2 electron I can say 2 moles of electron. It is producing 1 mole of Cl2. 1 mole of Cl2 means 1 mole of Cl2 molecule, or in other term 1 mole of electron, that is if I take the previous one, then 1 mole of electron is producing half mole of Cl2 whose weight is 35.5 gram. 1 Cl is 35.5, Cl2 means 35.5 into 2, half Cl2 means again 35.5 gram. So it means that 1 mole of electron will produce 35.5 gram of chlorine gas. Now another thing that I want to say, that is what is 1 Faraday. That is 1 Faraday is charge on 1 mole of electron. 1 mole of electron, how much charge is there? That is termed as 1 Faraday. What is the charge of 1 electron? Charge of 1 electron is 1.602 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. All of you know. So I am calculating the charge on 1 mole of electron. To calculate the charge on 1 mole of electron, I have to multiply 1 mole equal to how many electrons into charge in 1 electron. So that only I have done here. Charge of 1 electron is 1.602 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, and all of you know that 1 mole means how much particle? 1 mole is 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 particles. If I multiply this, I am going to get this one, that is 96,485 coulomb per mole. That means it is the charge of 1 mole of electron, and this amount is known as Faraday, 1 Faraday. Nowadays, while doing numerical, we write the approximate value. That is 1 Faraday is equal to 96,500 coulomb. By estimating that one, we are getting this. So this one we have to remember throughout for doing various numericals. That is what is 1 Faraday. Value of 1 Faraday is 96,500 coulomb. So these two laws you have to remember, and what is 1 Faraday, that you have to remember. Using these laws, using the unit Faraday, you will go through various numericals. So this is one of the important topic I have discussed with you. Please go through the topic, read the topic, try to understand it. If you are unable to understand, go through the video, ask me. I hope it will be easier for you to understand. Thank you very much.